I'm just going to start again.
Yeah, alright.
You
did start anyway.
Okay, so my idea is to create a YouTube channel that is based on filmmaking. Yeah. So anything that I've learned when I've made short films or in these lessons that we have. So yeah, I was going to post videos on that hopefully can, will interest and help other people who have a passion for making films. Yeah. So first question: is everyone interested in filmmaking? Do you have whatever?
I think we all are.
Yeah. Do you have just a passion?
That's why we
for-
took creative media. So
Yeah.
Thank you. That is the answer I wanted. Okay. Would any of you like to pursue it as a career, or just
Yeah, I would.
if so, doing what? What would it be? Craig, what would you like to pursue it as a career?
No.
But do you like?
Would you take any kind of
Interest.
to do
Yeah.
with cameras as a hobby?
As a hobby, yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
any interest in later life.
Do you got an interest in cameras or like photography or filmmaking or? So yeah.
Wait,
So but you wouldn't want to take it as a career. You just like it as a bit of a hobby.
Yeah, I
Anyone
don't know.
else?
Yeah, career, no.
Career no, but as a hobby you like it.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, not as a career.
Yeah, just a hobby.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
think it's like too much pressure.
Yeah. Dan.
I think it's two of your subjects though.
Yeah, but imagine if you're filming for like
So you don't you took it.
film and it like cuts out something or it's not in focus. Like imagine the stress you're
Yeah.
gonna be
So you don't think you can handle it in a
No, but
situation?
if you're making a film,
If
you're
I'm,
not,
like, the
it's
main
not just one
cameraman.
person doing it. It's like
No.
a team. So someone will have their job is to make sure the camera's in
A
focus.
cohesive unit.
Yeah.
Yes.
So- Yeah. And then what about you, Stu? Do you want to do it as a career?
Yeah.
Yeah. If what? Doing what? What would be like the dream?
ITV. You said that.
Well,
Wait,
yeah.
can you have personal things in this or not?
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine.
ITV. You
A
said.
director of photography.
Director of photography would be the.
DP.
What about you, Dan? Would you want to do anything director or?
I'm not overly sure, but
Yeah.
something. I'll find something. I usually do.
What
Okay.
great attitude.
Then what's it? Would you be interested in learning anything new or techniques in filmmaking?
Yeah.
Would there? So what would any of that be? Like any aspect of filmmaking? What would you like to learn?
What's the skill?
Like if camera work, lighting,
Maybe,
stuff like that, editing.
lighting, I think that's it.
That you could yeah.
To make like a really, I don't know. How to turn like a really like dark and dull room into like something.
Bright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Like
to be
yeah.
able to control people's
Yeah.
emotions
Yeah.
just
I
by
start with
showing them something
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. Yeah.
using the camera.
Boom. Anything even like maybe work? What about like working with actors or something like that? When we made our own short films, obviously we had to work.
Yeah, that wasn't too good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
found Dom
Oh,
It
difficult.
was really hard for them to turn up, and
Yeah.
they're so unreliable.
Yeah, it was
We
very
had to take about
difficult.
so many takes just for this one actor. He
So,
was so
yeah.
bad.
so would you
Oh.
would you
Dom
think
can't
we?
look angry.
I'd never cast him
Yeah.
again.
What was it, Carter?
Oh.
Oh,
Lewis.
it was.
It's not continuous. They
No.
So yes. So also okay. Thank you. Would there be anything you'd like to see on YouTube channel, like editing or camera techniques and so on, or would it just be like everything?
Yeah,
Would you-
just sort of
Everything.
a tutorial and everything.
I think
Yeah.
a lot of things that are like we can do.
Mm.
So like not using things you have to pay loads of money for.
Yeah.
I
just
don't.
like-
I don't really care how to use a red camera because
Yeah.
they're
They're
like
like 50 grand,
100
whatever.
grand.
Yeah.
But like if it was just like if you have like even your phone.
Yeah.
what
You can do
what
this.
What can you do with your phone?
Yeah. And then obviously I want the show to be aimed for people such as yourselves. But who else would you say would enjoy a channel like
Just
this?
anyone who's like an amateur
Yeah.
filmmaker on low budget,
So-
basically.
Yeah.
Do you think it could be
Someone who
for,
wants to get into it.
yeah? Do you think it could be anyone like aged around any?
Pretty
Yeah.
much any
Yeah.
age, yeah. It's probably going to be up to like 30-year-olds because
Yeah.
anyone over that doesn't really know anything about technology usually.
Yeah.
That's a bit.
Is it more likely to
But
be
like, what I mean is,
Edit
like,
that one out.
what I mean is they're not
Yeah.
usually.
No, they're not with it.
Yeah.
Oh no, not with it. But
Not with it.
Well, they don't
You know
have
what, I
As, they
know
don't
what
have
you
as much. They don't feel like film is like as big of a.
Whereas
like,
we've grown
making
up.
films is as big as a deal.
Yeah. and we've grown up with stuff
Yeah.
like
Yeah, and
technology
we-
has been
yeah.
advanced.
We all have
and-
the phones that could make a film if we wanted.
yeah,
They all think
you need big
traditionally
cameras.
that, yeah, you need like big crews and cameras and
Well,
stuff.
that's where it was before, where you wouldn't be able to have, you couldn't have a phone to film a short film. You'd have like these big cameras, massive softwares, and
So now
yeah.
you can make just as good a film on your phone as you
Yeah.
can on the camera.
yeah, which someone did, didn't they?
Yeah.
Do you know who that was?
I watched a rubbish film on an iPhone 7
Was it?
called Night Fishing. I wouldn't recommend it.
And then, how do you feel about the film industry and like now, and it's like rising competition? Because obviously, loads of people want to be a filmmaker, and then it's
I think the competition's like pretty extreme, really.
yeah,
It's quite hard to get into
Yeah,
like a
to
high
get in.
play.
yeah,
Like a lot of people say they want to be a director or like something like really like a main job, but like a world famous actor. It's just like it's hard to get into like that as like more than it used to be.
yeah.
Because
It's
there's so
different
many
now.
people that want to do it. There's,
Yeah.
there's like films about actors who are trying to make it but don't
Yeah.
or do or you know whatever.
Yeah, so I thought it was just it's getting more competitive, whereas before obviously it wasn't.
Wait, what's that competitive to be in that sort of business?
Yeah, because obviously now there's so many people want to be involved
You
in
can
the
be a
industry.
critic. There's like everyone.
Be a critic, yeah.
I can't. Everyone says bad things about new
Yeah.
movies, even if they are good. So
Boom.
that's me.
Stop saying boom.
It's my favourite phrase.
Yeah, but you're trying to focus. You can't say boom in here.
Say,
Why not?
economic boom. There you go.
I'll say it.
Would you like to?
Boom.
So when you was making your own short films, and was there anything that you struggled with that like maybe you could share?
I think
Making sure it's
Oh.
in focus.
Everything.
Was
I think
actually
just
really
like-
difficult.
Stuff like that, yeah.
Graininess.
Right, we're going to talk.
Yeah.
Wait, does acting
Yeah.
count as well?
Yeah,
That,
let these
that was difficult. I'm just.
Finding the actors.
let them
Yeah.
let these go first, then we'll go to you.
Oh, that was it. I'm done.
Oh. Go on.
Probably finding the actors one of the
Yeah.
hardest
Yeah.
bits.
You're
Changing
really
the
unreliable
settings,
as well, the
yeah,
actors.
unreliable actors.
Making sure it's in focus because you're looking at the
Yeah.
camera and you thought it was in focus, and then when you stop laughing. And then when you look, and then when you look at it later, it's actually completely out of
Yeah,
focus.
like when you put it on the computer.
Yeah.
You thought it
It's
looked
not-
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Graininess.
Graininess as well.
You,
You,
don't,
can't
you,
tell.
you can't tell graininess on the little
No.
screen.
Well, because it's so
I
small.
Because
think
it's so
it's,
small on the camera,
yeah.
you literally
Yeah.
can't tell.
some like sort of tips and tricks for filming at night and making sure the footage is still
Yeah.
good even with a low budget camera.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Very interesting. Thank you.
I thought you were going to give us some.
Oh no, that's what the
No, that's- I'm-
the channel is about.
Suggesting.
She starts naming it.
Well, yeah,
And then
that would destroy the point of the podcast. I would just tell you everything in the focus group.
we'll see. Is there any other channels that you watch that sort of are related to filmmaking and stuff like
Yeah,
that? Like who?
Peter McKinnon.
Vlogs
Here we can-
count,
yeah.
don't they?
Yeah, that's something to do with like filmmaking.
Something where the
actually
video is
filming-
actually about.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I watched this one vlog and he did explain how to do this cool thing that I liked. So
So it was like a tutorial
that
on
technically
effect.
counts.
Yeah.
What was that for? What was that on?
Casey Neistat.
No,
It was like, what was that about? Editing or?
Oh no, it was like basically it was just some sort of not a montage, but it's like he demonstrated something, filmed something, but he just slowed it down on points and sped up
Oh,
on points and
okay.
stuff like that to make it look cool and put it with music. So and look cool.
What's it? So do you feel like people like Peter McKinnon, even though he's very good at what he does, do you feel like his audience is more aimed for people who are probably a bit more, I'd say, a bit more passionate about it and a bit more have the money to spend?
Yeah,
like,
definitely, because he always shows like all this stuff that he has in his camera bag, which is like drones,
Yeah,
like Canon 1DX Mark II, which is like a 10 grand camera,
yeah,
all, like lenses
yeah,
that just go on.
I've never heard of him. Is that
all,
bad?
all these like
Yes.
camera bags and like all this equipment,
He's Canadian.
like these
Mm.
offices and like all this stuff,
yeah,
which is cool
Proximity to
to like watch because it makes it more interesting than if
Yeah.
someone's just like still using the same
yeah,
thing. But and obviously he does get sponsored and that, but
yeah,
I think he doesn't really say like, oh look, like sometimes he says, oh camera techniques for beginners, But
Yeah.
he doesn't really say the things that.
Not always content is aimed for people.
Yeah, because he might say camera basics like settings, but he won't say about like, oh, by the way, if you're filming at night and you do this, it'll make it less grainy, because obviously he doesn't have to worry about putting his.
Yeah.
When you have a Canon 1300D, you have to you don't want to put it up to 1600 ISO because it will be like
grainy.
really grainy. But if you put
Yeah.
it up to that on a Canon 1DX,
Might not look as
it
grainy.
doesn't matter because it's like the camera sensor's so much better, more
Then
powerful.
yeah.
It just doesn't matter.
So maybe he's not always content
Yeah,
is aimed for
some
people
of the
like
things
us.
he just takes for granted a little bit. I think.
Yeah.
I think he should maybe do a bit on with like trying to do the same with a low budget camera, like
Yeah.
or just a phone maybe.
Yeah. So good answer.
That's a full-on monologue.
And then
I switched off.
obviously as I'm young, like, and I haven't got much money. The tips I'm doing is like based on a low budget. So how do you think that would appeal to the target audience? Because like the tips and everything would be like low budget, where obviously I haven't got
I think
really
that
expensive
would,
That'd
cameras.
be helpful.
I think it would be useful.
Is there any other channel? No, that's asked. Yes. How do you feel like a low budget? Because it'll be based on a low budget, yeah, like all
Yeah.
these techniques and tips and whatever.
I
How do you think that appeals to the
I
audience?
think it would.
Helpful is more common.
I think
Yeah.
it would help and restrict you a bit.
Yeah.
It would mean that people that are good,
Mm.
basically, like people who are like got massive followings on Instagram and that, wouldn't really pay attention to it. I don't think.
But
Yeah.
they don't need to pay attention.
No, I know, but what I mean is if they're listening to someone who is also a professional, so like say they have, I don't know,
Oh, okay.
like
I know what you mean.
10,
So they would go like,
if they have
why-
like 50k on Instagram and they're listening to someone on YouTube who has 8 million,
So you're like,
Yeah.
why,
then,
would, why
then
would they
they're,
pay
they're
attention?
probably thinking, oh, they may have some things that
Yeah.
are good for me,
Whereas yeah.
some little kid,
Yeah. No, I
I
don't.
think,
Mean,
like-
it's like it might restricting on them, but like obviously, for us students
yeah.
and
Yeah.
even people who are like
just starting
in
out.
uni,
I think anyone
Yeah.
who's starting out is going to be very helpful for.
Yeah.
everyone
They're
who's
not
not
going to
working
invest
the
straight
pin
away.
Yeah.
is going to be like coming to you.
Yeah. And does anyone have a favourite short film? Do you watch any short films that?
What's
Yeah.
that? What's that Chinese or Japanese one? It's like the scariest film.
Yeah, no, just go by. It's
Is it
fine.
on?
Yeah, no, just go by. It's don't worry.
Sure.
Yeah, no, no,
Cheers.
it's alright. We'll be done in a few seconds
No,
anyway.
that's what I'm done anyway.
Alright. Hope you get well soon.
I'll be
Okay.
fine your day.
Okay, let's go. Yeah, so yeah, favourite.
What's that
film?
like Japanese one that's meant to be like the scariest film ever and it's like a short film?
Sorry.
I don't know.
Well, there's
Yeah,
this
I think
really
I've seen
scary
it, yeah.
Japanese one apparently.
Yeah,
But it's in Japanese, so you don't really understand it.
yeah. And then
Unless you speak Japanese. I don't.
I do.
You put subtitles on when it come up in English.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It depends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That might take away from the fear factor, mightn't it?
'cause obviously Japanese.
Do you know what's going on though? So.
Yeah, but there's a French zombie film that's all done in French. I don't know French.
Narcos as well.
No. Oh yeah, Narcos is in Spanish, but they do have subtitles.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
Oh yeah,
that's still.
yeah,
I guess we just read a book.
yeah.
Or just knock me out, you probably wouldn't because no one likes to read film.
Are there any other channels which you have what? Oh no, that's really been a question. Don't worry. How long would you expect each video to be?
What would they be on though?
So
Yeah.
I was going to
How
do
much would
tips
you be
and
covering in one
4
video?
minutes and 20 seconds.
for us to another David Dobrik. Love
Why
it.
do
Like
you keep
myself.
saying that? You keep all of you said that.
No,
4
so,
minutes and 20 seconds would be quite good.
yeah, because it's quite
But
short.
Could you get everything in it?
Well,
Oh, you're going to be able to cover everything.
it depends. So I'm
If
going to do
you're doing
tips and tricks, stuff like
Yeah.
that, to do with like editing.
Oh, 10 minutes and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then I'm going to do a.
16 is way too long.
So you'd say about 10 minutes.
Why
Is
did
it
you
just
say
for one thing though? Like, it's going to
16.
include.
No, it's just because someone.
50, that's fine.
The guy you're on about, I can't. No, Peter. I can't say so.
Peter McKinnon.
Yes.
Yeah.
His like some of them are long. And I just go halfway through. 'cause
Well, I
it's too
think
long.
because you're doing it for beginners, you need to do it in a clear and concise
Yeah,
way and
Order.
explain it
Yeah.
a bit more.
yeah,
Whereas if you were just doing you can't really assume that people know
Yeah, like a run.
what you mean.
A run
Like,
through.
Yeah.
If you're just like, oh, make sure, blah 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 blah, people are gonna be like, what?
yeah. That's what I was thinking about doing.
I like that actually.
Because that's what I was thinking about doing, like the basics. Whereas like you got people like Film Riot who do visual effects tutorials, and obviously they tell you do this, do this, do this, but in the long run, no one actually really knows what
Yeah.
that means. Like you'll see, they tell you to do this, but then
I
if you're
think
trying to
it's-
apply it to yourself,
It's quite good if you like don't just like if you're on Photoshop or something and
Yeah.
saying, "Oh, just cut this out using the magnetic lasso tool," blah blah blah.
yeah,
It would be better if it was like, "This is what this tool actually does,"
And then people
This
can
is
apply
what
it to their
You
own
can
work.
use it for these things, not just what I'm doing now.
yeah. And then let's see. Do you think there should be different points and topics in one video, or do you think it should just be one? No, or do you think there should be different videos for each, like one for each side of filmmaking?
I think there should be like, if you're doing one thing, like if you're just showing people, oh, if your photos look a bit like bleached out,
Yeah.
this is how you can solve it in like Lightroom,
Yeah.
then, or video, whatever,
Mm.
then just do that. That even if it's like 4 minutes or 10 minutes,
Yeah.
just do that, and then say in the end, like this could link on to like this other video.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Yeah.
I'd say do
And sub.
separate.
Yeah.
Wait,
And sub like.
Separate one?
Yeah.
So say if I was doing a video about film editing and then another video of camera techniques, would you do them in two different videos or the same?
Oh, different videos, then if they're you get more money.
Yeah.
No,
Really.
just do different videos.
Yeah.
Plus, then you can put it in a playlist if you're doing it on YouTube,
And
Yeah.
and people can
Yeah.
just look at them.
Yeah.
And as I learned in my focus group, people don't like to watch videos for more than 12 minutes.
Boom.
It gets a bit boring.
Yeah. And then last question: do you feel a YouTube channel is right for this? Well, do you feel a YouTube channel is right for this, or do you think it should be in a different format
No.
for like a
No,
podcast?
YouTube.
It's
You think-
it's visual. So
Yeah.
if you're showing like a
Yeah.
talk
And a wider
through,
range of people.
sometimes if you say like click this button, they might not know what that button is, but they can watch you scroll up and then click and down.
In point.
Yeah, so it's much
Yeah.
easier than if it was like a podcast and you just
Yeah.
say click on this slightly like cropped button. They might not know where that is, so it's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
better to have
Oh,
visuals.
I think a YouTube video is better, definitely for that. But a podcast could be if you're doing something else, like just
Yeah.
talking about films in general,
Mm.
or like just filmmaking. You could do it on that. But
And then
if
do
you're
you
actually
use
teaching people, YouTube
visuals is
video,
better. Yeah.
Boom.
And do you think that do you have any other questions before we leave?
No,
Is it just you?
Oh, that's a
I
good
think
question.
it should be.
I think it is
you.
just me because I don't really know anyone else who'd want to.
it
be
doesn't
part of
really need a
It
co-host.
do- yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't need
If
another
it's short.
person.
Yeah, if they're gonna be
Just do it.
short and they're gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't feel
Oh,
there's
shit.
much need for another person.
Is that it?
We're gonna have to be split on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Edit that out.
Thank you for being part of my podcast, and bye.
Because we're-